Today we're going to look at animating a car driving off of the stage on an action. So using a click event. So we'll click the car, which will start the wheel spinning, start the audio playing, and the car will move off to the left of the stage. So to begin with, let's just drag our elements onto the stage. So we have the car. Okay, and we have the wheel. First thing we're going to do is turn our wheel into a symbol. To use any type of actions, we need to create things into symbols. Without a symbol, we cannot attach an action or an event to it. So Command Y is a shortcut. Create symbol. Okay, let's just call that wheel. Hit OK. And then let's work on the timeline of that symbol. So double click the symbol, the wheel. Okay, and then we move within inside the timeline of that wheel. Now all we're going to do is rotate this wheel. So select the wheel, our properties come live. Then we're going to add a keyframe on the properties and the transform properties for rotate. So we'll click a keyframe to say it's going to start at 0. Then we'll drag our playhead up the timeline as far as you like. And then I'm going to change it to -360 as our car is driving off to the left. So we're going to make it spin in reverse. There we go, very quickly. And now we're going to put a loop action on that so that the wheel keeps spinning continuously. Making sure your playhead is at the end of your little animation. Click the actions button. And then we go playback, play, and then double click the wheel. And it inserts the code for us, the action symbol.play. And then if we return back to the stage, and then if we test that, command return in the browser, just take a few seconds to load into the browser. Our wheel is spinning around and around and around continuously. Okay. So now let's align our car and our wheels together. So drag the wheel over the back wheel, line it up roughly. Okay, and now if we go into our symbols, in our library you'll see we have a symbol for the wheel. We can drag that onto the stage. Okay, gives us another copy of that wheel, and it saves us having to recreate the animation. Just line that up as we can. And again, let's check that in the browser. So command return, just to check that both wheels are spinning away. Perfect. Okay, so back into Animate. Now let's drag and select both our wheel symbols and the car body itself, and let's turn them into a symbol all on their own. So Command Y, let's call that car. Now we have a symbol on our main timeline here, so just car. And within inside that symbol, okay, is the body, PNG, and the two symbols for our spinning wheels. Now on the main timeline, on the stage, let's move our car from this right-hand side of the stage to drive off the stage to the left. So first of all, let's locate our car by putting the keyframe in for its XY position. Move the playhead down the timeline to maybe a second. No. Actually, let's return for a minute. Move the playhead back. It will go back. Before I make any movements, I want a bit of a delay before my car moves off. So if I turn the auto transition off, I can put this playhead anywhere I want on the timeline, okay, without it adding keyframes or transitions. Now I'm going to locate it X, Y. Now with my auto transitions, I'll turn it back on. Now I'm going to move my playhead. Now I'm going to move my car across the screen and off to the edge. And on that bit of transition, as it moves from right of stage to the left of stage, I'm going to add some tweening. So I'm going to click the tween button. Okay, some easing. Sorry, not some tweening, some easing. Okay, we're going to ease in. So let's just check that. It should spin. Sit there for a couple of seconds. The wheels are spinning and it should drive off to our left, getting faster as it goes off. Perfect. Okay, so that's stage one of our animation completed. Okay, but we want this to happen now on an event, on a click. So when we click the car, the wheel starts spinning and it drives off the stage. So let's, first of all, double click on our symbol for our car. Okay, and with the symbol open, let's drag on our audio. Just drag it onto the stage. And there it is on the top layer is our audio. If I click on the audio, you'll see in my properties I now have some audio selections, volume, autoplay, loop, preload audio. So let's select the autoplay. And we now know that this is going to start playing automatically as soon as we start test it in the browser. Now I'm going to move my timeline out, my playhead down the timeline to 3 seconds. Okay, because I know at this point my car is now off the screen, so I want the sound to disappear. So I'm going to add a keyframe there for the volume to say it's at 100. And then I'm going to drag my playhead to the end of the sound timeline, and then I'm going to turn my volume down to 0. So what we want it to do is to fade away as it goes off into the distance. Okay, so that's our audio added. So stage 2 of our animation, stage 1 was we've got everything moving, animation's doing what you want, wheels spinning, audio on there, car driving off to the left. Now we're going to add some action. So the second stage of this animation is all about us taking control of our animation. Okay, it's all about taking control of the animation. So first of all, we want everything to be stopped, and then on the click, all our animations will start playing. So on our stage, on our main timeline, with our playhead at 0, click on the actions to open the actions window, and the first thing we're going to do is playback. Instead of playing play, we're going to say stop, and the first thing we're going to do is stop the timeline on the stage. Okay, we're going to stop this playhead from moving, because if we don't stop the playhead from moving on the stage, even if we stop the wheels and tell the car to stop, this playhead is still going to move along, and the transition to move the car is on the stage itself. So we've told this symbol to stop on the stage, therefore our playhead will not move. And then we'll continue, playback, stop, stage, car, and let's do stop our wheels. Playback, stop, stage, car. Okay, so we've now got 3 lines of actions in there. We're stopping the stage, we're stopping the wheel 3, we're stopping the wheel 2, and finally we need to stop the audio. So we look down in our actions until we find the audio menu, and then we click audio, and we pause the audio, through to the stage, through to the car, and there we found our audio. Now let's just check that, command return, and make sure that nothing should be happening. Our car should be stationary. It should just be sitting there, doing nothing, no sound. Perfect. Okay, now the final part of our animation is to add an action to the car itself. Okay, that recognises the fact that we're clicking on it, and when we click on it, it's going to play all our animations. So to add a click event, or any event to an object, select the object, and either right click on it to get the drop down menu for that object. And you've got open actions for car is at the bottom selection, or you can just select the actions brackets up in the top left hand corner there in your properties. The first thing it will make us do now, it knows that we need to put an event on, so we need to choose which event that our browser is going to be waiting for, and in this case it's waiting for a click. So we select the click, and now we get to add onto that click any actions we want. So all we can do is reverse the actions we've already put on. So we're going to go playback, play, and play the stage. Playback, play, stage, car, and the wheel. Same again, playback, play, stage, car, next wheel. And finally, let's play that audio. Play audio, stage, car, done. Now let's test that again. So now what should happen, when we test it in the browser, the car should be static until I click on it. So here's my cursor. When I click on the car, sound goes, wheel spin. Perfect. And that is adding actions and click events to a simple